Keeping track of our check register, it's pretty similar as what we've been learning with compound interest. The only difference is we don't usually add interest, and it's a checking account. And two is we don't bring our beginning balance or ending balance over into a beginning balance to compound that interest on. But the principle of adding and subtracting is pretty similar. So what we have over here is a check number. So usually a check number, or you can even keep track of your ATM withdrawals. Where did you withdraw it from? Most people don't because it becomes part of your transaction. This is like a little memo area. And of course, the date is kind of important when this transaction happened. Your check debit amount. This is how much you're subtracting. This is a withdrawal. So this is going to be what you take away. This is what you minus. Your deposits and credit amount is what you add into the into your account, and then you have your balance. So what we got to do? So imagine you have a part-time job and you earn a paycheck every 2 weeks. So we're going to get paid twice a month. You must use that money to pay some of your own expenses, to include school lunches and your monthly cell phone bill. In addition, you're going to use that money for some fun things such as clothing, music, and video games. Suppose that at the end of the month, in August, we had an ending balance of 143. So I'm just going to put this over here in the date, August, and I'm just going to put ending balance, because remember, this is my little memo area. And in our balance, we're going to put 143, and I believe it's 68. And we hit enter. Now, if you don't have a dollar sign, you just go up here and click on currency, and that just kind of gives us a starting point. This will be your start of the month balance for September. During September, you make 2 deposits. We're going to make 2 deposits, and into the account because you received 2 paychecks. The first is for 105, the second was for 108. And then we wrote 9 checks totaling 289. Kind of a bad thing about this example is they don't give us dates or they don't give us check numbers. So let's just kind of play with this a little bit. So in September, what we're going to write is we're going to put first paycheck. It's our little memo, okay? And it's a deposit that we're going to make. So our first deposit is going to be 105 and 24 cents. Okay? I don't have my little dollar sign, so I'm going to put that there. So this is where our real formula comes in. So we're going to equal our previous balance. We are going to always add deposits first because the bank is nice. And then we always subtract our debits. Now, they do everything at midnight in a real world and banking situation, but when it comes to personal finance, sometimes it's good to kind of just keep track of it as it happens, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and hit enter, all right? Then in September, we also have our second paycheck, okay? So our second paycheck now is going to be for 108 and 78 cents. Okay, so I'm just go up here, make little dollar signs, up here, make little dollar signs, make sure these are all dollar signs. And I'm just going to pull down my formula because it's going to keep with the rows. So I'm going to take my F3 right above it. I'm going to add any deposits on E4 and subtract any withdrawals. Okay. Then it also says in September that we wrote 9 checks totaling $289. So I'm just going to make another line, and I'm going to put 9 checks. And this time those are withdrawals, so I'm going to put $289.44. So now I have $68.26 left in my checking account at the end of September. Sometimes these checks will be in between paychecks, but they don't give us specific times. So that's what you're going to work on page 12, for example, and practice. We're also going to continue on to page 14, examples and practice. So we're going to continue with this. You had a beginning balance of $143.68. You made 2 deposits in the amount of $105, $24, and $108.78. You wrote 9 checks totaling $289.44. You completely forgot to record a debit from a weekend trip to the mall, and you didn't realize until you decided to check your account balance online one evening. According to the bank records, you went to the movies and spent $22.94 on admission and snacks. So let's get that right in because we've totally forgot about our little movie night out. Okay? And that was it. We probably used our ATM debit card and we spent $22.94 on movies and popcorn. So now I have $45.32. In the meantime, I already sent a check for $62.97 to the cell phone company to pay your monthly bill. Well, I could tell you right now, let's say it's September, let's say it's October. Well, let's keep it in September because they didn't tell us to change the month. We paid our cell phone bill. So that's going to be another withdrawal for $62.97. Now we're in the hole by $17.65. Uh-oh. What is the current balance in your bank account? Not enough. This is where you panic in real life because the cell phone company is going to try to get payment. The bank is going to kick it back and give you a hefty fine. So the cell phone bill is going to turn into a little bit more than what you can afford. What do you think will happen when the cell phone company tries to cash your check? They're not. They're going to send it back to the bank, and the bank is going to give you a nice, hefty fine. What will happen as a result of your failure to record the debits? Try to list 3 possibilities. I'm going to leave this up to you, and you list 3 possibilities that could happen when you are negative in the hole. All right, good luck. Just list them right here on this spreadsheet.